Welcome, Gerald, and the stage is yours.
Thank you. And thank you very much to Global Sources Summit for this opportunity. My name, as you heard, is Greald Solomon, and I am here from the United States. And my purpose today is to help launch a conversation around innovative and new and creative ways for all of you to be able to sell more products, have greater social impact, and make a difference through what we call Scholastic eSports. So I'm going to talk a little bit about who we are, what we do, why I'm here, and the field of esports, and how you can make more sales, generate more money, and have impact in a way that you did not think you could previously. So let me share with you first the idea of what this industry is. This is where esports is today. All of you who sell products, you sell products based upon a model that is somewhat antiquated in the world today. When you think about who's buying and who wants all of your products, you need to look at the field of esports, because in the United States alone, it is currently a $1 billion industry. And as you can see from the charts here, in the next 10 years, the industry of esports and gaming will exceed $10 billion. What portion of that revenue opportunity in sales will you be able to capture? What can you do to go ahead and sell your products and make a difference in a way that's meaningful, that helps your company and helps the end users in who they are and what they do? So let me share a little bit about us. We are a global NGO. We go ahead and we not only help students and educators, but we help industry and business. We work in what we call the esports and gaming ecosystem, which is how do you provide opportunity in a way that allows individuals, students, educators, players, and industry to thrive. That's really the core of what NASEF is. As introduced, I am the founder and executive director, CEO of NASEF and the United States Esports Federation. I am here from the United States because we are the sole exclusive entity that manages all esport players for all international competition around the world. So we talk from experience coming from the United States on what the opportunities are for all of you and what you do. So this is our team. This is who we are. This is what we work with. And as you can see, we're very diverse. And we're that intentionally because the world is diverse. And we need to be able to communicate and relate to people all over the world. In addition to our offices and headquarters in the United States, we have offices in Beijing, China. And we have offices in Japan. And soon we will be opening up offices in Europe in a country called Montenegro. So we truly are an international organization helping students, helping educators, and helping industry in the ecosystem of what gaming and esports is all about. So why am I here? Who am I? And why did these kind people bring me from the United States to come here to speak to you? It's because of our international presence. It's because of the fact that we're just not a seller of products because we're a nonprofit NGO, but we have actual years of history, of research from University of California, from the International Olympic Committee education arm called AISTS, and the city of Busan in South Korea that has validated our approach to help students thrive and grow, to help educators be able to teach the concept of a scholastic approach to gaming and esports, to be able to address parents who think that esports is a no-no and a bad thing, and to show them how what you do and the products you sell and the way you reach out as an industry can make a difference for schools and communities all over the world. And our work is, as I said, all over the world, and I'll share a graphic with you about that reach. So this is a little bit of the research that was done as I indicated, we were developed through a company that many of you probably heard of. If you're in technology, I ran for 14 years the global philanthropy for a company called Broadcom. Broadcom, Intel, and Qualcomm are the largest chip manufacturers in the world. If you talk about sales, their entities are there to sell. But how do they sell? They have to create a pipeline of qualified, competent people. Where do they come from? You recruit them from universities, or you recruit them from eSport programs. And that's what we do, and that's how we've learned how to help industry market and sell in a way that's impactful socially, educationally, and meaningful to the industry itself. So we call ourselves a Scholastic eSports program. And by that, what we mean is we intentionally use gaming and esports as a vehicle for individuals to learn, to grow, to thrive, to do things that are meaningful to them that can make a difference in how they learn. It's a different way of doing things. What I'm trying to share with all of you today is a very innovative approach to how you as industries can go ahead and market your products and how you can have relationships with schools, with communities, with departments of education, and with national Olympic committees, now that esports is a sanctioned Olympic sport around the world. This is our reach. This is who we are. So when you want to ask, why am I here? Who is this guy standing on the stage? This is what we do. This is our reach. We have over 7,000 programs around the world. We have programs that reach over 250,000 students in education every day. We are able to work literally all over the world through our offices and through partnerships with people like yourselves and others. What we basically do is we do three things. We build your capacity. We go ahead and we build community and culture, and we build sustainability. I will suggest to all of you who are here, and those that may be listening in the audience, that selling products to this generation of purchasers and to the next generation of purchasers who are coming by, it's not about products. It's about opportunity. It's about relationships. It's about social impact. If all you want to do is sell a product, I will suggest to you that in the next few years, your competitors will bypass you many, many times. And part of what I'm going to try to share with you today for a few minutes is how you can change the way you work with your end users. Many of you are here and you're trying to sell a product, but you're not here thinking about how can you use the field and the ecosystem of esports and gaming to make that sale, to be able to make a difference so that the people who buy from you are not just transactional and buy one time, but they are loyal to you and they stay with you over and over and over again because you care, you make a difference, and you understand who the buyer is. Again, it's not a transaction. It's about the relationship and the opportunity that you create and the impact that you can have. So we use our education, our training, our experiential learning, our interactive engagement to help you, students, educators, and communities be able to use esports as the best way for communities to thrive. And that's really what esports is about today. When you look at traditional sports, soccer, baseball, football, basketball, whatever it may be, audiences are dwindling. Esports is the only true growing industry in sports that exists today. How do you take advantage of it in a socially conscious way? We do it through what we call the ecosystem. So you sell a product, but who built your product? Who created the technology behind it? How is that product used and interfaced within the various technologies of a school or a community? How do you go ahead and not only sell your product, but find your sales force? How do you go ahead and find people who could be the next generation of innovators of your product so you could stay ahead within the field and industry? That's the challenge I submit that you all have. And many of you do that based upon your own internal resources and capacity. But esports is a pathway for you to find the next innovators and the people who can provide for you the opportunity to lead your particular field and industry in sales and marketing and community impact. And that's what we do. We do this ecosystem. We help esport players and educators think about ways in which they can take what they enjoy and have fun doing and use it to be able to be your next salespeople, your next innovators, your next technologists, your next engineers. People who, through that pipeline, can not only work for you and help you as an organization, but also have impact in the societies where, and the communities where they live. This is an example of where we train. So I came here thanks to Lee and others that are here, and Christy, et cetera, and Nora, because they know what we do around the world. They know that we're interested not only in the sale of products and helping industry, but we really believe that esports and gaming, when managed correctly, is the future of workforce development, is the future of your sales, and is the future of what a community can really be like and what it can do. So you can see I speak literally all over the world. After this, I'll be going to Dubai. After Dubai, I'll be in Riyadh. Then I'll be in Busan, South Korea, all within the next 45 days. Why do I do that? Because these people ask us, what is the formula for success for our organization? How do we increase our sales? How do we build relationships? And how do we use the field of esports and gaming in a way that can help us and help the community at the same time? Because that's what it really is about. When you talk to your children, and you talk to Gen Zers, and you talk to the next generation of purchasers and buyers, they don't want just a product. They want a relationship, and they want to see that you have social impact, that you can make a difference. And that's part of what we try to do with industry all over the world in what we do. What we do is we have classes that we provide online through what we call our academy, but we also do professional development. And I'll share a little bit of what that looks like in the next few slides and how we can work with you, your sales force, and help create a different culture for your organization moving forward. What we do around the world with industry is similar to what we do with educators and parents, ministers of education, and National Olympic Committees. We help redefine the messaging of what it is that you do. I don't sell a backpack, I don't sell a chair, I don't sell a peripheral, I don't sell a computer. What I do is help you, and what we do is help you understand that it's more than just a product. It's about creating an opportunity and a future in a relationship, and it's how you message and how you market your product. Because again, and I will repeat this several times, if all you do is sell a product, your competitors in the next few years will outsell you over and over and over again. Because the next generation of buyers and the $10 billion of where this industry is going is concerned more than just with products. They're concerned about people and impact and what can be done to make things better. We also work with entities like Microsoft and Best Buy and other entities, Third Wave Galleria in Japan, to help convert retail operations to community hubs, to places where kids can gather, where they can play, they can learn, and they can buy your products. They get to experience what your products are, whatever they may be. That's really important to the purchasers and to the entities that want to buy. You don't want to sell to the individual. You want to sell to departments of education. You want to sell to ministers of education. You want to be able to sell to large organizations. You want to be able to ultimately sell to national federations in the International Olympic Committee, because esports is now a proven and authorized sport within the IOC. How do you take your brand, which is a good brand, no doubt, but reinvent that brand and refine it in a way that makes a difference to the future purchasers and buyers and end users? How do you connect who you are and what you do to those communities? And how do you ultimately build a relationship? Because the people who are here want more than just to buy a product. There are hundreds and hundreds of products that are very similar. What's your differentiator? What makes your product, who you are and your company, different than your competitor? It's the ideas that we're talking about here that help you develop and grow to meet the needs and the objectives and the passion of the community and the buyers that are existing today and tomorrow. What we do as an organization, because we're an NGO, we're not here to make a profit. We're here to cover our costs. What we do is we go ahead and provide free consultations to every business and industry around the world. We will sit down with you, do a basic analysis, and help you understand this is your messaging, this is who you're reaching, how do you refine that and improve that in a way that can make a difference in not only today's sales, but tomorrow and the next year and the year after. How do you become that innovative, creative entity that meets the goals and objectives of the end user and the community as a whole? We create packages for training and development. We build clubs in schools and in communities all over the world. And those communities and clubs need your products. But why would they buy your product? That's a question you need to ask yourself. What is the differentiator between your product and all the others that are here? That messaging becomes critical, and we help you refine and define what all of that is. We also provide competitions because your products have to come to use. So they get to experience and play with it and enjoy it. And then they get to tell their colleagues and their peers so that you can use it in a way that makes a difference for their play, their competition, and their learning. We train sales teams. We literally have people that go out and will spend days or weeks to help your team refine and deliver that messaging. We assist in that outreach, and we do some other things as well. So for example, we create landing pages on our website. I'm sure many of you have heard of a technology company, a computer company called Acer Products. We have built a page on our website that allows educators, ministers of education, parents, communities, et cetera, to learn about the Acer product, to go on our website where they can search, they can read, they can learn, and they can see the partnership of how we're developing the products and the opportunity through gaming and through esports and what gets done. So we can build landing pages for you and how that gets done. Again, we can do something you can't do. Because we're a nonprofit, we can access government funds and grants throughout the world. We just did, with Acer and an entity called Bloom, which is a reseller, we just secured for them the sale of products to the school district in Philadelphia that was worth $10 million to them. How many of you would like to have a single sale of $10 million? It's not a bad transaction to be able to have. They didn't want, and the school directors at Philadelphia in the United States didn't want just products. They wanted a relationship. They wanted to know who you were. What's your character? What's your value proposition? What's your moral compass? How do you care about community and kids? Those are things that are often not put into how your salespeople work. That's how we work with products, with companies, with organizations. We act as that bridge and that binder between the entities to be able to move the conversation forward so you can access opportunities that otherwise you would not be able to achieve. So you can see just what the numbers are for Philadelphia alone. We do that all over. We also do competitions. Imagine what it would be like when we're doing a competition, wherever it may be around the world, and they're using your product. Our competition last year for a program called FarmCraft, using Minecraft for kids to learn about biotechnology, bioengineering, chemistry, agriculture, et cetera, we reached over 12,000 schools in 71 countries. Imagine all of those schools using your product. That's what we try to do in the partnerships and the relationships and the opportunities that we create. These are just some of the types of activities and competitions that we do that bring kids in, bring educators in, bring parents in, bring communities in to give you an audience. Because you don't want to have to go out and do what we call cold calling and have to make 100 calls before you make one sale. Wouldn't it be nice to have a whole array of opportunities that are given to you through these competitions that have had those individuals experience your product and get to know who you are and your branding and the work that you do for those communities? Here's an example of some of the countries we work in and some of the activities that we're doing. It ranges from, as I said, Japan and China, where we have offices, to Europe, to Southeast Asia, to Africa. What a great opportunity to go into the continent of Africa, very underdeveloped as it relates to technology and gaming and esports. It is a whole wide open field and opportunity. How do you take advantage of them as an opportunity to sell and to make a difference with your brand and your product and who you are? As I said earlier, not only do we do this with companies and with educators, et cetera, but we are the authorized entity for competition for all United States esports athletes. United States Esports Federation, USEF, is the exclusive entity. We are a learning laboratory, we're a gaming laboratory, we're an esports competition program, and we are also a pathway for workforce skill development for people to work at your companies and elsewhere. The ultimate result is really very simple. You can continue to do what you're doing and sell products, and I will assure you in the next few years, your competitors will outsell you and take advantage of your market. Or you can refine your messaging. You can look at how you relate to the next generation of purchasers and buyers, to the youth of tomorrow, to the educators who are making decisions, to the ministers of education, to the departments of commerce, to the International Olympic Committee, and reframe who you are and what you do in a way that allows you to do your business and to also have social impact. Because social impact and learning and development for the next generation of our communities is a critical piece. People may not say that when they talk to you and they ask about your products, but I can assure you, because we've done the studies and we understand where people are coming from and what they want and need, they want your product, but the differentiator will be, what is the relationship between you and them? What is it that you're selling? You're really selling an experience and an opportunity, because if you're selling whatever it may be in your booths here, you have 100 competitors here. What is your differentiator to be able to make a difference? That's what we try to do. That's what we do in the United States. That's what we do around the world. And that's why this organization has asked me to come to help launch a conversation that will begin today and go for the next few days on how this organization, Global Sources, can go ahead and help you do your work better, help you do more sales, help you have greater social impact, and help you build a brand in a way that can make a difference for outcomes for your company, but also outcomes for the users and for the community where you are selling and where you are working. So with that, what I'd like to do is say thank you for the time. This is a very different way in which we help organizations grow and thrive and refine who they are. It's pretty innovative. It's different. We're here to help. You can see that there's an email address there. Feel free to email us. We're glad to take those conversations. Again, as a global NGO, we don't charge for our time. We're here to go ahead and help you think through ways to improve your strategy and your strategic planning in the work that you do. So with that, let me say thank you for your time and your attention, and I'm glad to answer questions or respond to any emails that you may have.